Okay, so I just shared a new post, which is going to be next. But once I looked at it again and I looked at my picture, let me explain. So I've always, well, I can't, yeah, I've always been into fitness and sports and athletics and involved in some kind of way. So muscles for me were cool. Like I found my parents' old bodybuilder pictures. Don't tell them I told you, but I thought they were just the coolest things ever, and I wanted to learn. So that's how I started getting into fitness, was from my parents teaching me little things, and then it blew up. And when I say it blew up, it blew up. It consumed my life for years and years and years in negative and positive ways. But I always looked and found and looked up to people that were athletic and very muscular because I knew muscle meant strength. I naturally am gifted and have a good solid base of muscle. And that's apparently not normal, but it's so normal for me. And I am blessed. I am so blessed to have the parents that I have because they were so supportive and they told me how good of a muscular base that I had and were always so impressed by it. So I naturally never even thought that it was weird or gross. And a lot of girls think that way because we see what little stick figures, what thin models are out there, and that is the epitome of beauty. That's one. But once you find other areas, other demographics, other interests, you'll find different body types. You'll find different structures, shapes across the board, even in those areas too. Now, this isn't necessarily for bodybuilding. My dad and I were talking about this too because you've got judges judging you on your appearance, on your aesthetic. And each person is going to have their own preference. Like, do they want a more muscular person or do they want a more trim person? I know what you're going to say, but it is still preference. It is still people following guidelines and judging it based on how they view it. So even in a sport, a very incredible sport that is all based on appearance, there's difference. So with all of that, there really is no set view of beauty. I see all kinds of different shapes, but the thing that is the most beautiful is the confidence and energy of that person. But then we're just going to go with it. But then there is the view of beauty personally, like what you personally are attracted in when it comes to a partner. And that's all personal as well. And it can get messy when you go into this. If you have a really bad view of yourself, of your body, when you are going into or you are interested in a person, and we always look at their past girlfriends or their past interests and like comparing. Like, I'm shorter than them, I'm bigger than them, I'm not gonna wear that, I'm not gonna do that, I do this, I feel this way, but like I'm really interested in this person, and then you get in your head, and before you even like find out if they're interested, you've already like written off. It's so much easier to live, go about life, have the relationships you want, have the life you want, have the friends you want, have the body you want, have the health you want, have the job you want, have the future and the career and the money that you want when you take everyone else out of your life. In the sense that they don't control it, that their thoughts and opinions on you will not direct your path when that's not who you are, what you want to do, or where you want to go. Everyone else is white noise in the sense that you can take or leave the things that they are saying. If you want to try it, try it. If you don't want to, don't. Rules and expectations and what they say is law is not. It's just because it worked for them. It doesn't have to work for you. And this is why I say health is so much more mental than physical. Because once you figure this out, you know too much already, but once you figure this out in your mind and you're actually able to live it out and let it go, it's so easy. In the sense that you just focus more on how you feel and you look good and you do things and you go out and you try things that you would have been afraid of, but it's all based on feeling good and they happen. And it sounds like magic. It sounds woo-woo, like too good to be true. There's no results. It's not like step by step. It's just based on feelings. How is that going to work? There's nothing to back that off of. There's no before and after pictures. And you're right. Not really. I've shared this before and after before, and it's basically the exact same weight. My body composition and layout is different. My body sits and holds fat and muscle different, but I feel 10 million times better. Because that before picture was me chasing numbers and other people's thoughts and views and expectations of bikini pictures that I didn't even want, and that led into starvation and anxiety and eating disorders and so much shit. The thing that I thought was going to get me what I want was the complete opposite. I lost track of everything that I really set out to do in order to create my version of an athlete, and it took me going down and finding back up, but it's a lot easier than I ever thought possible. I thought it was more rules and restrictions and counting in numbers, but it's so much easier. And this is from somebody who never thought weight loss and ease would be easy or possible for her. So if you're in the same boat, just know it's possible. Don't go down that road of counting your worth based on numbers, and just experiment to see what could be potential next. And if you do want a little bit more support, I would love to help you with that. But you are a beautiful, athletic, and strong, fit, and confident being that people look up to in admiration. Your muscle is not something to be disgusted by, and you're doing a great job.